Hello everyone. Hello, my name is Kai, and I wanted to make this video. I've been wanting to make this video all year, really. I'm an artist. I want to be an illustrator. I studied art. No, we can't start there. Okay. Hi, my name is Kai, and I told myself at the start of this year, 2024, I was about to say 2023, that I would make a YouTube video at least once a month. And that was my goal when the year started. I think it was even my New Year's resolution, but that didn't happen. This is my first video for the year. It is December. It is the end of December. It is Christmas Eve. And I figured, what the heck, just do something, start something. And even if it's not what you wanted or what you wanted to do, the idea, the vision that you had, at least you can say you did something. You did one singular thing. And everyone's got to start somewhere. So I'm an artist. I want to be an illustrator. I call myself an artist even though it's not really how I make money, because it's what I do. I make art every day. I want to say every day, but I mean, truthfully, now with the job that I have now, it's a full-time job. I used to make art every day prior to this, but now it's more like a few times a week, maybe. I try to get something done. But art is always on my mind. I always am thinking of ideas. I write them down either in my sketchbook or on my digital sketchbook in Procreate, which is what I usually use, or on just the Notes app on my phone. And I have like a long list of all the things I want to do. So even though I don't make money as an artist, I call myself an artist because it is what I do almost all the time. Even if I'm not actively doing it, I'm thinking about doing it. So I think that's important. I think it's important to say what you believe you are or what you want to be, because I mean, money isn't everything. It's not the most important thing. It's not even why we do it. I mean, it's something that we need in order to be able to make more art. We need to be safe and ideally comfortable, but that's not always the case. So yes, I'm an artist, and it's been a tough year. My idea for this video, this being, I guess, my first video for the year, it was going to be like a walk through maybe my sketchbook or my digital sketchbook, because I do mostly draw, paint, and sketch on my iPad in Procreate. It's just easy. I always have it with me. I take it with me everywhere, as opposed to an actual physical sketchbook, which I love, but bringing pens and pencils and pastels and markers and different colored like painting pens, it can be a lot, and carrying around a tote or a satchel everywhere you go is not always realistic. So it's mostly digital now, but I will always love traditional because that's where I started. When this goal began at the beginning of this year, I had so many ideas for all the videos that I wanted to make, to walk through my sketchbook, my painting process, my sketching process, from where I began back like in high school, or even further as a child, to like where I am now, and some of the tricks that I've learned along the way, because I've been doing this a long time. But then life happened. I never really had a steady job. I was living with a partner at the time, and he was helping to support me. And then early into the year, he ended things with me. He broke up with me, and I was pretty devastated, and I had to figure a lot of things out very quickly, because I had moved into his space and I couldn't afford to live there on my own, so I had to leave. And it was rough. It was rough navigating a crumbling relationship with someone who doesn't really care about you, and you're not their responsibility, and so you have to put aside the things you want to do, your goals and your dreams, and focus on how to survive. And I ended up finding my own place very last minute. It was awful. It was just the cheapest place I could afford, with a roommate who turned out to be not as nice or amenable as he had seemed in the beginning, and I had to stay there for 6 or 7 or 8 months. I don't even remember. I don't want to remember. And those were honestly the worst months of my life, because I was working multiple jobs just to afford to live there. And well, not only had my ex ended things with me, but then our little friend group that we had curated, because we all started playing D&D together, because my ex was the DM. And I would play on and off because I had multiple jobs and I was busy, and I just couldn't commit 4 or 5 hours every time that we meet up, so I would fall in and out of the game. So when he ended things with me, they all dropped me as a friend as well, because he was their game master, so they had to be in with him, I guess. I don't know. I never really heard from any of them. I've seen them occasionally around town, usually with him, and they're all super sweet and nice to me, but I sent them personal messages after that, and they did not respond, or responded kind of coldly, basically saying, move on. So that was really rough, losing, my partner and a group of people that I thought cared about me, but turns out that wasn't the case. Oh my gosh, I do not want to get emotional right now. It's just sad, So that's where I was. Horrible living situation with a awful roommate who made me feel unsafe, and no friends, and just working myself in these odd jobs that were so depressing because it's not what I wanted. I've been pursuing art for years, and I just felt like such a failure. I failed in relationships, I failed in friendships, and I failed at the one thing I've been trying to do my entire life. And that's the lowest point that I've been at. But then, so all that happened around March, April, May. And then in September, I had been applying to jobs online, just, some art jobs, but also just full-time jobs that will take away me having to work multiple jobs, so that way I could have a steady schedule and not live so frantically. I got a call back from one that I applied to, and I did the interview. I honestly didn't think it was going to go anywhere, because the interview wasn't great. I'm not great at interviews. I blank and I get nervous because of my anxiety in general, but I'm just not a good test taker. So I didn't think it would go anywhere, but I got the job. Like almost immediately after I got it, I started looking for a new place to live, because the job would allow me to find a better living situation. And so I looked around, and I thought I would just have to move into another roommate situation, or I was crossing my fingers for maybe like a studio, something affordable. I never really had my own place before, but I was actually able to find the place I'm in now, which is a really cute and cozy 1-bedroom apartment. Yeah, it's nice. It's been good. I moved in. I had some help doing that, which I never expect, but always appreciate. I'm an introvert, and I don't often reach out to people. It's hard for me to ask for help. So whenever I receive it, it feels really kind. Yeah, I started that job. It's been good. It's nice. It's not difficult. It's kind of tedious, but it's been steady, and everyone's nice there, and it's allowed me to have my own place for the first time in my life. And I have not really been able to do much art because, well, the move, and then I'm in like the learning probation period of this job, and so it's been a bit stressful trying to just navigate all that, and a very busy 8 to 5 day. And then when I'm done with that, I just want to come home and turn my brain off and watch some shows and movies and just do nothing. So it's been hard getting into the groove of finding myself as an artist again when life just takes up so much of my day now. But I've slowly been starting to get into it. I mean, I still sketch things sometimes on my lunch break, and then after work at home, I've been able to finish a painting or two. I actually wanted to do one for this video, but I could see myself already like becoming a perfectionist. You know, I have to get the shots right. I have to do all these things, and it's like I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep thinking about how it has to be perfect. And so I thought I'd just start this video and talk about my journey and where I am now, and what I want to do, and just actually put a video out before the year is over, just saying hello, I'm here, I'm an artist. And you know, it's really hard. It's hard out here for artists, having the time, let alone the energy to get something done, but you're not alone. You just have to keep trying. That's what I'm doing. I mean, it's all you can do if you know this is what you want. If you call yourself an artist, then make art. That's all there is to it. You're an artist if you make art. You're a writer if you write. You're an actor if you act, I guess, or audition. Try. It's all about trying. I have an idea for a painting that I want to do. It's based off the Japanese concept of, I'm going to butcher the name, kintsugi or kintsurugi. I suppose I could look it up. Oh, I was right. Kintsugi. It's a Japanese art form that involves repairing broken pottery with gold or silver dust. And so that's the next piece that I want to work on. It's going to be an ink painting that what's the word? Not embellish. Emblazon. For adding gold to something, it's a fancy word for it. I hate when I can't remember words. Enamel. Embellish. Gild? Is it gild? It might be gilding. But yes, it's an ink painting that I want to do, and then I want to gild with gold. That sounds wrong yet, right? So yeah, and I wanted to do that for a video. We'll see if I do it. This will be my first and potentially last video for 2024, and I just wanted to say, you know, failure is variable, because I felt like a failure this entire year, and it was depressing, and it was lonely and isolating. But where I'm at now, I've started to wonder, am I a failure? Are you a failure? What does failure mean? Am I a failure because I don't make money selling my art? Does that make me a failure? Because I still make art, and yet I feel fulfilled when I finish a piece. And is that good enough? I share it, I post it, it'll get a few likes maybe. But I mean, that's nice and it feels good, but it's also not the reason I do it. I do it for myself. I do it because I have to. Because I have these worlds of intense feelings and emotions, and I pour it into my art, and then it's gone and it's in the world. And I made it, but it doesn't really belong to me anymore. It's free and it feels good. And so I don't think you're a failure if you're trying. I think, like I said, it's variable, and it's what it means to you. Do you think you're a failure? For a long time, I thought I was a failure, but I'm still trying. I'm not going to give up. I want to be an illustrator. I'm making art. I'm working on my portfolio in theory. I keep saying I'm going to do that, pick a subject or a source material and make it my own. Haven't started yet, but I'm still making other random things. Yeah, money isn't important to me like that. It's nice to have. It allows for comfort, but that's not why I do it. I don't do it to be rich. I would like to, that would be nice, but it's not the impetus, it's not the driving force. The driving force is I have to, because I feel it, and so I do it, and thus I'm not a failure because I'm doing what I need to do. So I don't know if anyone out there needs to hear this, but you're not a failure. And you shouldn't let people or the world make you feel like one. If you want to do something, just start, however small. And that's always how it goes. Even the masters, the grandest paintings started with a sketch. So yeah, you just got to start and go from there. I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. You can like, you can subscribe. I hope to make more videos and do all the things I want to do. Hopefully, maybe I'll see you in 2025. Thanks for stopping by. I guess I'll see you around, maybe. Thanks for listening to my story. Hopefully I'll see you again soon.